Lauren's makeup look is a very like bronzy, smoky eye with neutral lips and boldish brows. So today I'm going to show you how to get this look. I'm first going to start out with this Maybelline Master Prime Blur and Redness Control Primer. After you've blended that all out into your skin, you want to take an illuminating primer. This is just to add a little bit of extra glow. Pure BB foundation. I'm just going to take my finger and put that all over my face. I'm just going to use the Sephora brush, and this is the large foundation brush. And I'm just going to brush that into my skin. And we'll use a beauty blender to blend it out later. For added coverage. Now that you're done blending that out with a brush, you're going to want to take a beauty blender just to make sure everything is seamless. Now before I go any further, I'm going to do my eyebrows. I'm going to take this number 7 little brow kit. Comes in really cute packaging like this. It's so cute. It's limited edition. So I'm just going to take the wax right here and run that through my brows to make them stay in place. To take this lightest shade and run that through my brows. Now once you have your brows filled in, you're going to want to run a spoolie through them. The brow pencil I would have used is the NYX Micro Brow Pencil in chocolate, but I'm just going to use this spoolie and because there's no more product left in it, I need to get a new one. Now before I go any further with my my face part, I'm going to prime my eyes. I'm using the Too Faced Shadow Insurance eyeshadow primer. Just going to put that on my eyelids. So I'm going to take my Too Faced Chocolate Bar Palette, the original one, and I'm going to dip my brush into this salted caramel shade right there. So I realized that I forgot to set the primer. So I'm just gonna take the shade White Chocolate from that palette. It's this kind of just white shade, and put that all over to lessen the intensity of the eyeshadow we just did, because it's a little bit patchy. But obviously you set the primer down before you started applying eyeshadow in the crease. My mistake. Back in with the salted caramel shade. So next I'm going to take the shade Milk Chocolate and focus that more on the outer corner of my eyes. And then taking the shade Semi-Sweet or Semi-Sweet, I'm going to focus that even more on the outer V. Take the shade Hazelnut on the other side of my brush. This is by EcoTools. I'm going to take this color right here and focus that on the outer part of the lid. I'm going to take the shade Creme Brulee right there and focus that on the center of my lid. And then I'm going to dip into the shade Ginger Doodle in the Too Faced Christmas in New York palette and focus that on the inner half of my lid. Because I'm still not happy with how the inner corner looks, I'm going to take the shade Moon Mist from the Soap & Glory The Perfect 10 palette.
Half of my lid.
And now, to intensify the inner portion even more, I'm going to take the Too Faced Chocolate Bar palette and the shade Marzipan, and also mix it with a little bit of Champagne Truffle. That is much better. So now that I'm done doing the upper half of my eyelids, I'm going to do the lower lash line. Now I'm going to take the Sephora flat brush and dip right back into salted caramel and run that along my lower lash line to smoke that out even more. just to intensify that a little bit more, I'm going to take the shade Semi-Sweet. And because it doesn't look like she's wearing very much eyeliner in this, I'm going to take this Sephora little flat angled brush, go into the Maybelline New York the Smokies palette, and take this black shade right here. So now that we're done with the eyes, I'm going to go in with concealer. The concealer I'm going in with today is the Maybelline Instant Age Rewind Concealer in Brightening. Then blend it out with my beauty blender. Back in with another Instant Age Rewind Concealer by Maybelline, and this is in the shade Light. Go back in with my beauty blender and blend that out more. So now since I'm done with that, I'm going to bake. It's the Tarte Smooth Operator Amazonian Clay Finishing Powder. I'm just going to take a little tiny beauty blender that has a flat top and dip it right into the powder. This is a little bit messy. I'm just going to set wherever I feel is necessary. Now, I'm not going to let that sit for long. I'm just going to take a fluffy powder brush and wipe it off. So next, after you've done that, you're going to take some powder. This is just the Rimmel Stay Matte powder in 003 Natural. Just pat that in my forehead and the places that I get oily. Now it's time to contour. So I'm going to use my Too Faced Christmas in New York palette. And I'm using this Precision Sweep brush by Sephora. It's just like a flat top brush. And going in with Chocolate Soleil bronzer. But I'm using this to contour. Now to add even more of a bronze, I'm going to take the Benefit Hoola bronzer, actually bronze up this time. And now it's time for blush. She has a more, I'm looking at the picture right here. She has a kind of peachy pink tone. It's not as mauve. It's more like peach. So I'm going to take this Tarte Amazonian Clay 12-hour blush in the shade Glisten. And on a Real Techniques stippling brush, I'm just going to pat that into my cheeks. Next, I'm going to contour my nose because her nose is kind of different from mine. It's a little bit smaller and a little bit more buttony. So I'm going to take this angle concealer brush right here and just take the same Chocolate Soleil bronzing and go right under, right over. Then I'm just going to add that on the sides of my nose. And right here. Now that you've got your nose done, we're going to highlight. I'm using the Benefit Watts Up highlighter. I'm just going to put that on the tip of my nose, because Dove Cameron definitely likes her nose highlight. Now to make the highlight even more intense, I'm going to take the Wet n Wild Mega Glow Illuminating Palette. I'm just sweeping that on. Now I'm going to take some Ardell self-adhesive little lashes right here. I'm just gonna go pop these on, and I'll be back in a second.
Wicka wicka what? Wicka wicka what? Waiting for my eyelash to dry. It's not that hard if you try, 'cause I know I can put it on right. Oh, 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 oh.
I'm going to take the Buxom lash mascara, lightly blend in my natural lashes with the fake ones. Now I'm just going to take the same mascara and put that on my bottom eyelashes. Or to finish off my eyebrows, I'm going to take the Maybelline Clear Lash Mascara. Now it's time for lips. I think I'm going to take this shade. It's the NYX Soft Matte Lip Cream in Cons. Take the Revlon Ultra HD Matte Lip Color in the shade Embrace. Then I'm going to apply this Buxom lip gloss, and then it's the full-on lip polish in the shade Sophia, like my name, which I just love, and it's like the perfect shade for me, so. That's the finished look. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.